since we're on Christian Bale, apparently there's been talks. I'm gonna just say rumors because I don't want to be a PC gamer and be like another leak anyway. So rumors are that he spoke to I don't know what director it was, but he said the only way he'd come back
Oh shit.
as Batman is if
Yep.
what I can't remember. You know what it was? It was something
So,
like
I mean, it was actually a couple of days ago,
yeah.
and it's the main headline of it, and it makes sense. I know where you were going with it after just seeing the headline. Is Christian Bale is open to reprising his role as Batman only if director Christopher Nolan is involved.
Yeah. Which makes sense.
Yep, exactly.
And I feel, and I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, I liked Christian Bale as Batman.
Yes. Why
I
would
thought
you
he
get
did a
hell? He was
fantastic
awesome
job.
as Batman.
I thought he was great as Bruce and Batman. I think he was like the both great of both worlds. I think Robert Pattinson's a great young Batman, but not a Bruce. You know, but that's more so in the writing than the acting. I think he was more written as Batman in that movie, but Christian Bale to me was the whole package.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he had the Batman voice down really well. It didn't sound forced. I felt like the world that was built around that Batman was great. I mean, he also had killer actors
Yeah.
and on-screen actors with him that just built him up. I mean, that movie was real. You know, it was about the Joker, but at the end of the day, he did a fantastic job. It's really hard to share a screen with someone that almost shines as bright as you are, even outshines you.
Yeah, I mean, up until Christopher Nolan's Batman universe with Christian Bale as Batman, we never had a Batman that was, you know, real, if that makes sense. I mean, it was the Tim Burton universe. It was a little bit over the top, right? Like, you get it. It wasn't the dark and gritty, like, you can see it happening. Yeah.
Batman in New York.
Yeah, but when Christopher Nolan and Christian Bale came together, you got the Batmobile, but it was a tumbler. It was a military machine. It's like, oh, that's awesome. And now with Matt Reeves, it's a souped up sports car, right? Like that's
which I like better.
Yes, I do like that better than the military aspect thing. Yeah.
We good. Yeah, I didn't like the military. I did not like what's his face? Morgan Freeman.
You didn't like Lucius Fox?
I didn't. I mean,
I kind of liked it.
I liked. Okay, let me.
I
liked
dislike
Morgan Freeman in the movie, but I rather had the old Alfred and Bruce like duo and have it built up.
Michael, just okay.
Yeah, I just didn't like the whole big like we have this gigantic thing that we've been working on these secret hidden military weapons. Like it just wasn't Batman to me.
Well, I mean, but it made sense though, just to the point because in Bruce Wayne isn't just about like financials and I'm sorry, Wayne Enterprises isn't just about that too. Like they work with the military, so they have a large R&D department, so they brought it in. So like it made sense, but it's like, oh, you just happen to have a suit down there that I can make into a Batman suit. Like I get that point of it. Like I get that.
A lot of loose ends. It was like, all right, we know this is not important. People can put their two and two together, but people just want to see Batman. You know, that's how I felt like he wrote that. And I'm just about the good thing about Robert Pattinson's The Batman had a ton of good things in it. Like it was like a menu that you walk into a restaurant looking for one thing, and you had a lot of stuff on the menu that you just wanted to try.
Yeah,
like, Batmobile was. That scene was fantastic. That was like one of the best shot scenes I've ever seen in Batman. The ode to the old Batmans was great. The Batcave was great.
The best. It was the best one.
The best. Like the mansion felt dreary, and it felt like it didn't feel clean, and it didn't feel alive in certain wings of it. And Gotham was Gotham. We finally got to see a real Gotham, and they played off of that mono. They didn't have to play off that gray tone to sell it. It was that place I didn't want to walk in the streets, type thing. But
we got so used to seeing Chicago, right?
Right.
And that was Gotham as where was it? as new, just set in there, right? But this one, it
Mm.
was such a mix. Yeah, we saw Madison Square Garden, but shot in London. It was shot in all these other
Yeah.
places where it did have that different feel, which was
Mhm.
nice. It was refreshing to see, and it
But
made
the
it feel like
architecture
Batman.
was its own,
Oh,
you know?
it was so good.
Because Christopher Nolan's Batman, I literally was just like Chicago, New York. Like
Yep.
this felt like there was just Batman in New York. I'm looking for Spider-Man soon. But like in Robert Pattinson's version, it had its own architecture, its own feel, and it felt there was a beauty to it, even though the city felt super dirty and grimy. It was just a beauty to it. And even when you went to the courthouse, it felt real. Like I was like, "Where's this location?" type thing.
It,
And I think I don't know. It's hard, man. I don't want to kick Robert Pattinson to the curb, but I really like Christian Bale as Batman. Especially as Bruce. He's a damn good Bruce, man. Um, that's rough.
we didn't get enough Bruce out
No, there
of
was not enough Bruce
yeah, there
written.
was not enough Bruce. I think the big difference is, even though with Batman Begins, we got an early interpretation of Batman, where this was like a full year essentially, or like a whole, like it played out a little bit over time what was happening here, so you really saw his flaws more compared to Christian Bale's. Like, because Robert Patterson's
He
Batman
was,
messed up. Like, he messed up on more than one
he wasn't
occasion.
established.
Exactly.
He was like fresh off the block where Christian Bale was
Where
established.
Christian Bale comes down, Batman. Like, it's like,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think they should just leave Robert Pattinson where he is. I mean, I think it's a little
Yeah.
too late for Christian Bale. Christian Bale plays great villains. I think he could be a great villain for Robert Pattinson. I think he'd kill it. You can literally put Christian Bale in anything. He'll morph his body
Yes.
into whatever you need.
Yep.
And so not to be off topic, that's what we were talking about. Love and Thunder is like, man, Christian Bale looks good. Man, he looks
Yes.
great. That's one of the best villain soup ups I've seen in Marvel. He fantastic because I mean Thanos was all CG. I mean, granted, my boy has that chin, but at the end of the day, it was all CG. Christian Bell looking like a whole damn monster out there, and
Yeah.
and you could tell he enjoys playing those characters because he really just morphs his whole attitude, personality, and more into that, and I think that's fantastic.